What about, like, as I was touching on there, one of the sad things, if it does end up fucking up the coaching role, is that, like, it's not that there hasn't been coaches, there's been quite a lot, obviously, but the amount that were actually considered, like, really good, like, a lot of them, basically, if people don't know, were kind of like assistants to the IGL, and if your IGL's good, it's just kind of a guy to take some of the work off his hands or watch some of the demos, etc. In that sense, actually, people like Zonic, Zeus are more unique, that they kind of have built their own brand, and they kind of, you can see the impact they have in the game. Cassard, these people, you know, I don't know your coach Samuelson as much, but I mean, to be fair, he did help a lineup that a lot of people thought wouldn't be good, get in a good shape. So people obviously want people to be good coaches, right? Moses is taking the role up. Like I said about GMs, people want people who know the game to go into those roles. Like, one of the problems I've encountered within Flashpoint isn't even that the person, it's not even like they're totally incompetent when I go to the GM of like one of the smaller orgs. It's that they just might not even be from Counter-Strike. Like, they might be a guy who was in their League of Legends squad or something. And so they're trying to understand, like, well, I'm researching this guy and he's got done all, like, top 8 at a major. I'm like, mate, you can't make this decision. Like, this has to be like the eye test. You have to be able to watch him and know, like, yeah, I'm going to bank my future of the org on this player. Like, it's a good player to sign. Otherwise, how are you going to know how much he's worth, if you should gamble on him, if you kick the guy in your team? So obviously we want these roles to come. So what are your thoughts, JW, on like some of the more recognisable people moving into these roles? Because I'm sure in your teams it was mainly just players who decided shit largely, right?
Yeah, I definitely favor that. I think it is the future that we have established GMs. I mean, look at Fnatic, for example. Sure, I'm a bit biased, but I don't think Fnatic would have had the success that they have had if it wasn't for Karn, for example.
Oh, of course not. He's got the spirit of Fnatic, right?
Yeah, and he moved into that role pretty early, and he shaped the CSGO team for Fnatic. So definitely the future. And I love to see. I mean, it's a bit hate and love that the casters is leaving for the roles. I understand it because it's a great role, and I think especially with like Moses and Henry, they can bring some banter and they can bring good banter. They're not gonna get bitchy because of the banter. It's gonna be more entertainment, and that is also what this is. It's an entertainment thing. Sure, it's a sports and all that, but in the end, we're entertainers, in my opinion at least. So for that reason, I support it a lot as well. But then again, someone is gonna have to take the role of Moses on a desk or Henry G, and who is going to step up to the task.
Tough shoes to fill, baby.
Yeah, but it definitely is. But the future, in my opinion, definitely, like you said, like a Gobi would be a great GM. I'm not sure what role he has right now. He has some role in Big, but yeah, those kind of people are going to create great teams. I'm sure of it.
That does seem whack, though, Moses. Like, Moses literally gets this whole campaign. He joins Team Liquid. Like, he's announced everyone's enjoying. Then Henry's like, oh, wait for me. Like, oh, I'm going to join Cloud9 then. Like, the rival. Oh, hey, guys. Like, I bet Sponge is just, like, trying to get in fucking 100 Thieves now or something. Like, let me in there. Can I get in here? It's like, you can't leave these motherfuckers alone, can they? They can't just leave you alone, Moses. Can't they just keep doing their job?
I know. I tried to get the fuck away from them, for Christ's sake.
Exactly.
No, I think more than anything, like... I don't know. I think a lot of it is a lot of us in commentary. I think probably people can tell from some of our comments now that we're kind of out of it and we're talking about the life. It's on some level been on our mind for like the past year or two of getting away from it. And you know, it's weird. Like, as much as we probably had some dissatisfaction with it towards the end, I mean, still, when you're doing the job 300 days out of the year, it's not really easy to organize what your next step is going to be. You know, when you're on the road 300 days and you're working, you know, probably 260, 250 of those actually on air broadcasts, you know, changing your career and your job trajectory in that fashion is not an easy thing, because you're organizing, you're talking to people, you're negotiating, you're figuring out, you know, how much you're going to have to travel, you're figuring out all these details, and you just don't really have the time to do it. So I think the COVID situation with everyone being at home just gave everyone a little bit of comfort to be able to figure some of these things out that we'd neglected for years. And obviously we kind of come to the end of the road in terms of trying to change the commentary job and, I guess, industry inside of the industry. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's great we're getting more people to come over. Just because, I mean, you want to talk about people that you feel like you can trust. And for me, guys like Henry, guys like Chad, guys like myself, who had been playing Counter-Strike for, you know, 15 to 20 years, who were, you know, balls deep in Counter-Strike.
Life is basically.
Yeah, but you're just so involved in Counter-Strike, even when there's no money involved. Like, I know I can trust those guys to make the right decision. I know those guys aren't going to cheat. I know those guys aren't going to abuse a bug. And as crazy as that sounds with everything that's coming out, but those are the guys that I look to and I say, you were playing this game when all there was to accomplish was pride. You were playing this game when our idea of fame was someone on this specific forum and website thinking that you were one of the greatest players. So that when you're invested on that level, I have faith that you are not going to abuse something, or you're going to dirty or sully the game or the esport or the integrity of the sport for your own personal profit. So those are the guys that I would like to be involved on a deeper level as a GM, as a coach, leading this newer generation of players.
Dude, I bet JW, when you first saw the first little pleb on HLTV that had like fan FJW in the corner, I bet the first one was fun. I bet you were like, ooh.
Yeah, definitely.